Hello and welcome to a new video. We have some unexpected exciting news for World of Warcraft Project Epoch because the new raid Onyxia with its new 2 special bosses released yesterday. It was a stealth release and we also have class changes for Paladin, Warlock and other classes, so let's dive into it. I know a lot of my viewers on this channel are from Project Epoch. This is where we started on the Ascension realm basically, before it was Ascension even, and Project Epoch sadly died. We all know this, we all waited for news for endgame content and it was absolutely silent for a long time. But this changed now. With a stealth release, Ascension released Onyxiax Lair yesterday on Saturday, December the 20th. At 18 server time, and it seems like there was an active group of players from the guild Selfless who actually gathered people to clear the raid. So we finally have a live signal from Project Epoch. It seems like they will release more content by now, not only Onyxiax Lair with its special bosses, Molten Core and maybe even Uldum in the future could be on the timeline. We not only have the raid release, we also had some class changes. This maybe went by you as it went by me. I haven't noticed this at all, but on the 13th of December we had some balanced updates for the classes. The Warlock got adjusted, Brain Soul got adjusted, it now ticks every 1 second down from every 2 seconds, its base damage got reduced by 33% and the mana cost got increased by ranks higher than 4 but reduced at lower ranks. Brain Soul's mana also got adjusted, the mana costs have been increased. We just have some baseline Warlock nerfs here because they write Brain Soul was too powerful and it plays Shadow Bolt entirely. That's not what this playstyle should be, so they adjusted this. They reduced the damage by Seed of Corruption. In compensation, Contagious damage increased to Corruption, Bane of Agony and Seed of Corruption has been increased, and it now also affects Siphon Life and Bane of Doom. Soul Siphon now only works for yourself as a Warlock, not for lots of others. And Siphon Life deals additional damage equal to the amount that it drains. Seed of Corruption's explosion damage can no longer critically hit, so a big nerf here. They made a bug fix to Rain of Fire, it now affected by Ruin and Devastation, and they increased the flat damage dealt by Felguard Cleave, and that's the changes for the Warlock. For Warrior Rampage, the Fury Capstone talent got completely removed. They instead got a new Capstone talent, Single-Minded Fury. This passive increases your movement speed by 10% and causes your attacks to increase your attack speed by 2%, stacking up 10 times. The stacks reset if you change targets. You can only use this while dual wielding. Warriors got a new ability at level 1 named Strike, which is an instant cast basic attack to smooth out their low level gameplay. It shares a cooldown with Bloodthirst, Mortal Strike and Shield Slam. They also adjusted Thunder Armor. It can't stack with Expose Armor anymore. They updated the tooltip of Devastate. Shield Slam now also generates a small amount of threat based on shield block value, and that's a change for Warrior. For Rogue, Master Poisoner now gives a 50 to 100% chance to cause Envenom to not consume deadly poison, and Venom now deals set damage based on attack power instead of being based off your deadly poison damage. So also some adjustment for Rogues. Improved Expose Armor and Poison Knife have swapped locations in the Assassination talent tree. For Hunter, Beastmaster Armor, the Dungeon Set 2 has its 6 set and 8 set bonus changed. The 6 set bonus now increases the level contribution of aspect of the Viper by 20%. The 8 set bonus now causes Steady Shot to increase the damage of your next Serpent Sting by 3%, stacking up 10 times. Beastmaster Boots now also increases pet damage by 3%. Now we come to the Paladin. Seed of the Crusader got removed. Crusader Strike is no longer a talent and is instead trained at level 6, and it's replacing Seed of the Crusader. It no longer refreshes Judgment as it did before, but it causes the target to take additional holy damage with values identical to the removed Judgment of the Crusader. This means Judgment of the Crusader got baked into Crusader Strike. But not only this, Sanctified Judgment, the talent in the Retribution tree, now also gives Crusader Strike up to 100% chance at 3 talent points to refresh all judgments on the target. So the old Crusader Strike got baked into the new Crusader Strike basically, and Seed of the Crusader got also baked into it. This is a great change which allows us to use Seed of Wisdom by now. But not only this, Retribution has received a new capstone talent called Verdict. This deals instant weapon damage as holy damage, and it empowers our next holy spell or ability with a duration of less than 20 seconds by 25%. So we have a new button to press and it deals good damage. This is really cool. Sanctified Seals now also affects Crusader Strike. That's really cool. This is crit chance. Improved Seed of the Crusader is now improved Crusader Strike and received a new icon. Also the 3% crit from the talent got baked into Crusader Strike. Really awesome. Soulforge armors, the tier 0.5 set, 8 set bonus affects now Verdict instead of Crusader Strike, also really cool, so your new talent can trigger Hammer of Wrath, which will reduce the mana cost of your consecration. Awesome changes for Paladin here. But I can tell you by now, this was too strong it seems like, so we also got a bunch of nerfs. I will come into this in a second. Druids. Druids have received a new ability trained at level 32 named Enervate. Enervate deals a little more damage than Wrath and reduces the spirit-based mana regeneration by 15% for 12 seconds. It has a 2-second cast time. Enervate can only be cast after 3 casts of Wrath, so a new cast for Druids, really cool. Balance has received a new talent next to Nature's Grace named Zenith. Zenith deals a little more damage than a Starfire to the target and half that damage to all targets around the enemy, so AoE for Moonkins. It has a 2.5 second cast time. It can only be cast as the 3 casts of Starfire, so they go into the 3 cast playstyle here for Druids. They also updated Focus Starlight, Vengeance, Nature's Reach, Celestial Focus, Nature's Grace and Moon Fury to affect Enervate and Zenith. Also Moonglow affects Enervate. Moonkin form now also reduces your threat generation by 20%, great change. Force of Nature's Trance now take 20% reduced damage, 70% reduced area effect damage, and while a Trent is alive, the Druid gains 10% increased intellect, so great adjustment to their capstone talent in the balance tree. That's also what they write. They want to give balanced Druids a better rotation, more fun in gameplay, and they can choose how they want to play. Really cool. Also, they fixed an issue where Overgrowth did not share a cooldown between its ranks. Cool Moonkin changes here. Mage. Damage dealt by rank 1 to 6 Arcane Blast has been decreased, the mana cost has been increased by varied amounts. Rank 7 is unaffected. Fire Mage changes are planned, but due to the immunities of Season 1, these changes are not a high priority and will be applied in the hopefully near future. We have a Season 1 coming with Molten Core, it seems like. Really, really great. So also changes for Fire Mages are coming. Shaman. Shamanistic Focus now has a 6-second internal cooldown. Shamanistic Rage Aura Tooltip now reflects this. Primal Wielding reduces the damage dealt by Lightning Bolt and Molten Blast by an additional 15%. Elemental Devastation now increases your crit chance by 2, 4 and 6%, down from 3, 6 and 9%. Elemental Overload damage is now treated as if it isn't a proc, allowing it to proc spells such as Judgment of Wisdom. Elemental Mastery now also restores mana equal to the original cost of the spell. Fire Elemental Totem now also provides the Totem of Wrath effect if you have Totem of Wrath learned. And Elemental Shields now also gives the Shaman 5, 10 to 15% chance of receiving damage to gain a focus casting effect for 6 seconds. So a little bit damage nerf for Shamans, but better mana regeneration for them. Priest. Shadow has received a new 2-point talent left of Shadow form named Psionic Overload. This talent activates from generating mana through Vampiric Touch, and after you surpass a value based on your spell damage and spirit, the next Mind Flay will also launch 3 bolts of shadow damage. Really cool. Shadow Power talent now also increased the critical strike chance of Psychonic Overload's effect. Circle of Healing has been reduced by 5%. The Dungeon Tier 2 set has had its stat adjusted. You will find that it has a new stat described further below named Alacrity. Bless Water now blesses 5 water at a time. Also some item changes. Stormholder's range has been reduced from 30 yards to 10 yards, and some other changes here. Libram of Liberation is now probably considered Libram, can be equipped by Paladins. This was really awful that it wasn't able to. I remember this. Also some adjustments here, bosses and other stuff. So we have a lot of changes, and now we go into the new changes, which I told you about, because we also have Paladin nerfs. The new changes seems to be too strong. Not only did Onyxia's Lair release, Paladins got also nerfs. Crusader Strike's tooltip now states the amount of base damage it gains from your holy spell damage, some quality of life here. Crusader Strike's scaling from holy spell power has been reduced to 20% from 30%. So big nerf to Crusader Strike here because of the effect of the new capstone talent. Vengeance now only increases holy damage. That was physical and holy damage before, so a big nerf here as well. And the weapon damage dealt by Verdict has been reduced to 90%, was 115%. Righteous Fury's threat generation was reduced by 10%. Great updates for Paladins first. Now we got some nerfs as well, because the class probably was too strong. I have to see how this will play out in game, and I will try to find a raid for the new Onyxia raid. Also for Druids, Moonglow has been increased from 3, 6 and 9% to 4, 8 and 12%. Damage dealt by Enervate increased by 10%, so buff for Druids here for the new stuff. Rogue, instant poison now gains 10% from the Rogue attacks power. Wound poison will get the same effect in the future, so a buff for Rogue. Drain soul damage reduced by another 5%. It was still too strong, it seems like. And Priest Psionic Overload gains an additional 10% of the damage dealt your Mind Flay dealt. Another Priest buff here. They fixed some issues with Onyxiax Lair they had, it seems like. I will test this out in the future. Really interesting. We have a lot of changes for Project Epoch, a new raid, class balance updates, and new talents and abilities for classes. Really cool. This is a great life sign for Project Epoch. What do you think about it? Do you think it's too late for Project Epoch, or do you want to play it now if it will come back? As it is a great option for players who are looking for a Classic Plus experience. Bronzebeard is more retail minus or SOD plus if you want so. It's a good option for players who are looking for something else in my opinion, but what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this useful, consider to like and subscribe for more World of Warcraft Project Epoch content. Special thanks goes out to my channel members who support me with their hard-earned real-life money, especially Nerdman, Aussie, Soul3, and Jay Callis for being high-tier supporter.